Hey guys, welcome back. Part 2 of the bench press. Today we're going to go over grip, how to grip the bar, and then also grip width. First part that I'm going to start with is grip width. A fantastic way to find grip width is with the push-up. Now the reason why this is, your body's pretty smart, okay? If you watch some of my old videos, you notice I recommend like a vertical jump stance for deadlift. Your body knows where it's the strongest and also the most explosive. So a great way to do this is also with a push-up. What I do, get set up in a push-up. If you can't really do a push-up, you feel free to do this on your knees as well. Get set up in a push-up. And what you want to do is you want to basically find where you actually feel the strongest. Generally speaking, that's going to be pretty tight in. Usually, most of the time too, people will end up where their arm is at a 90-degree angle most of the time. Very common. What I would do for myself, and what I would recommend for the push-up too, is do it bottoms up. So you really feel how strong you are in that bottom position. So if you notice, you will line your hands up with your sternum just like where you would on the bench press. If you notice, my arms right now are about a 90-degree angle. But from here, I'm just going to do a push-up. Okay? Now, if I go wider here, personally, that does not feel stronger. It actually feels weaker. I feel less muscle engagement. If I go in here, like really, really tight in, that feels terrible. That does not feel very strong, okay? If I go kind of in between there, a little bit outside shoulder width, notice arms are about 90 degrees, boom. Feels very explosive there. I feel my chest, shoulders, and triceps all working evenly and together. So what I'm going to do, you take a measuring tape, measure that grip, measure that width, and then what you're going to do is take that measuring tape, line it up on the barbell, and then grip the bar in that position. So for me, personally, I'm a pretty big guy, but it would surprise most people, I actually bench about an inch inside the ring, about right there. It's pretty narrow. Generally speaking, most of the biggest bench pressers in the world have actually been close grip bench pressers. Julius Maddox, for example, is gigantic. Massive human being. He benches pinky on the ring. He's huge. Just to give you an idea of the fact that like a lot of big bench pressers bench with a medium or closer grip. It's very common. And a lot of it comes down to the fact that you can engage chest, shoulders, and triceps evenly and together. Thus, if you can engage the most muscle, you're probably going to bench the most. Now, with that said, if your shoulders can tolerate going wider and you feel stronger going wider, feel free to go wider. A great way to know if you're going to do better with a wider grip is, let's say you go down on your bench press. Okay, you're in that 90-degree grip. You found your push-up grip, but for some reason, every time you press, your elbows just flare like crazy. Okay, now that could be a tricep weakness. That could also be a technique issue, but sometimes it's actually a genetic component. And I've seen it many times actually, where I've like bombed a client's triceps and lats, trying to fix that issue. We work on punching through the arms, all that good stuff, and it still doesn't get fixed. In that case, you might just have a really strong chest and your body just wants to use your chest. In that case, work out your grip about an inch at a time every few months and kind of see where that feels strongest and where you feel your best. That's a great way to determine if you can bench wider. But in my experience, most people are going to do better with a closer or medium grip, especially for raw benching. That's how you find your grip width. The next part is how to actually grip the bar. I would actually say there's 4 ways to grip the bar. I'm actually messing with a grip currently. We'll go over all 4. So the main 2 that are the most well known, okay, is going to be like a classic squeeze grip, okay, or known as a full grip. This one's pretty simple. Put the bar deep in your palm like this, and you're just going to squeeze it as hard as you can. That's it. Real easy. Nice part about this grip, very simple. You can use this from beginner all the way to super advanced. You know, a lot of people do use this grip. Very simple grip. Very important part of this grip is you want to make sure that bar is deep in the palm. Now, you can't go too low with it, but make sure it's deep in the palm and make sure you're squeezing it hard. You don't want that bar to be high in the wrist and causing your wrist to bend a lot. You will need wrist wraps eventually with this grip usually. Most people are not going to have the wrist strength, the stability to really squeeze it and keep it tight with really big weights over time. So you will probably need wrist wraps for this grip. The next one would be a suicide grip. So there's also known as false grip, okay, or a thumbless grip. So with this, you can put it a little deeper in the palm. Take off the thumb, squeeze the bar as hard as you can. A good trick with this one to make sure that bar doesn't slip is actually grab it in a full grip as hard as you can, and then try to like weasel your thumb off as tight as you can while you're squeezing the bar, and there's your suicide grip. This is a great grip for closer grip benchers and people who have shoulder problems. So I noticed, like, say for example, you say you're like, flaring a ton, you're getting pec issues, things like that. If you go to a suicide grip, it'll naturally bring your elbows in. This has saved people's shoulders and pecs. Don't diss the suicide grip. Give it a shot if you have bad shoulders and pecs. The next grip would be a bulldog grip. Bulldog grip, this is becoming more popular, and for good reason. It's a great grip. Instead of gripping the bar, like using the palm like this, okay, what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna angle your hand. You're gonna like internally rotate your hand like this, okay? Internally rotate your hand. You're actually gonna, I like to think of it as like hooking your thumb, basically just pressing your thumb against the bar and hooking it there, so it gives you something to hold onto the bar. Instead of gripping with your fingers like this, you're gonna press your fingers down like that. I used this grip for a very long time. I love bulldog grip. I think more people should use it. The nice part I really like about it, you don't really need wrist wraps for it because that bar just stays locked in that position. It feels super awesome. Also too, the internal rotation, if you have healthy pecs and shoulders, is gonna allow you to keep your elbows out a little bit more and actually engage your chest and shoulders, and like even more than you would with a suicide grip or a full grip. It makes you stronger off the chest as well. Notice it allows you to engage a little more chest. Now, the downside of it though, is that you do have unhealthy chest and shoulders. It might cause more strains, which is what I started running into. So then I made an adjustment. So the reason why the bulldog grip is called the bulldog grip, by the way, is it's named after this guy named Bill Starr is the one who named it. And he noticed that his bulldog stood like this. That's how he got the idea to hold the bar like this. And it's called the bulldog grip. So I call this one the Aussie grip, named after my dog Jack, who is an Australian Shepherd. So you set up the same way with the bulldog grip, very deep in the palm, right? But instead of internally rotating, what you're gonna do is you're gonna press your thumb into it, like in that internal rotation position, and then you're gonna rotate your hand like this. And what that does, which is very interesting, you still get the bar deep in the palm, like very deep, and you still have it like right over that wrist. And you still have your thumb hooked, and you're still in that very tight thumb press down position. But now, because you rotated, now your elbows are going to be a little more in. It's going to kind of create almost like a suicide grip effect. This grip, in my opinion, is money. I love this fucking grip. It feels so strong. So my chest and shoulders never felt better. I highly recommend this grip, especially if you have bad chest and shoulders, or if you're more tricep dominant bencher, or if you've been doing suicide grip for a while. And like I said, imagine like a bulldog grip internally rotated, and then just rotate it so it's like straight, and then press down. So if you notice, like I said, bar is super deep in the palm there, but now, okay, I have a straight wrist rather than internally rotated one. And now I can engage those triceps, gonna turn everything in. That's all we're gonna go over today for grip and grip width. If you like the video, please like, share, subscribe to your friends, family, coworkers, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you're into. The link in the description below if you're interested in coaching. Otherwise, thank you. Have a nice day.